This video is brought to you by 3, bringing you 4G at no extra cost and some exclusive deals over at btech.com.
Hey guys, welcome to BTech. It's Basil here with the Acer Liquid Z5, a £99 device that manages to pack in a 5-inch full WVGA display, front-facing stereo speakers, and a polycarbonate unibody chassis, which feels very good in the hand for that price. Now, when we got the spec sheet, we weren't too bowled over by it, but we've used it a bit and we're much more enthused, and here's why. Like we said, that design is pretty striking for the price. On the right side, you've got a micro SD card supplementing the 4 gig of onboard storage. On the right side, you've also got a volume rocker, and at the base is a micro USB port. To the left side, this is available in dual SIM or single SIM version. We have the single SIM version, and that is a SIM card slot underneath the flap. Up at the top, 3.5mm headphone jack and power button. And on the reverse, you've got that rear-facing camera, 5 megapixels, a flash, and a customizable hard key button. You've also got an indented Acer insignia as well. The screen itself, full WVGA, not crazy sharp, and when you bring it closer into frame, you'll definitely be able to make out some pixels. You can also see that it's not the smoothest experience on here because you do have a 1.3 gig dual core processor as well. It does deal with most of the things Android throws at it very well though, considering its price. What Acer's also done is have supplemented Android 4.2 with some cool additions. While we would have liked to see a newer version of Android, we're ecstatic to see this quick mode on here. What quick mode does is it opens this phone up to a much wider audience rather than just appeal to young people at the price range and massive geeks who want Android for a little bit less money. You've got a basic mode and a senior mode. So if a parent buys this for a kid though, they can flip basic mode on and just allow their child to access contact information and the camera as well. We can change our contacts by pressing through and customizing it, and you can customize them in the settings, sorry. If we want to change a setting, we actually have to enter a passcode, which we can do very quickly off screen. And we can see the settings are also redrawn. It's not the standard Android experience, which is much easier to navigate around. As far as senior mode goes, it gives you a few more luxuries like FM radio, weather, and you can have a magnifier as well. So if we flip that on, it will actually activate the camera and you can check out text, find text, etc. with much more ease, as well as a clock and naturally contacts at the bottom. You've also got a camera too. We can jump out of that by flipping into the settings, and Acer has finally included some other modes as well. If we jump through to mode switcher, keypad mode, which just gives you keypad, and classical mode, which gives you a simplified Android experience. So that, again, really great to see Acer innovating in the user interface space, and it definitely compensates for the fact you do have an older version Android on here, because we're guessing most of the people getting this phone won't really care about having the latest version of Android. All your standard Android apps are on here as well as ones you can install from the Google Play Store. When it comes to gaming, games are pretty decent on here, but the 1.3 gig processor does slow down every now and then. You can see even Flappy Birds isn't quite as speedy as were we to play it on a more powerful device. And we can die on purpose and jump out of there. However, there are some anomalies. King of Fighters, for example, is a pretty intensive game. If we give it a while to load, we can actually see it performs well. So you haven't actually got slowdown per se, which is, again, incredibly impressive considering, like we said, £99 device. So not the perfect gaming device by any means, but definitely something that isn't out of bounds for people or young kids who want something they can play simple games on, mainly 2D games. We probably wouldn't throw any 3D games at it. As far as the camera goes as well, 5 megapixels. Connectivity, you don't have any 4G on here obviously, but you do have Wi-Fi. We did find Wi-Fi a little bit slower than we would have liked it to be, and the range wasn't as great as some other phones like the Motorola Moto G. Generally though, £99, pretty decent. The front-facing speakers are really what we should talk about next though. If we open up Spotify, we've got a playlist that we've already got volume at the max. So immediately you can hear the volume is really decent. It's not going to compete with the HT1 or M8, for example. It's significantly tinier, but it is much, much better than most entry-level devices we've seen. So all in all, that's the Acer Liquid Z5. If you have any questions, ping them in the comment section below. We'll give it a more conclusive rundown in our full review of it, but hopefully that's given you an idea as to why this £99 phone is actually quite interesting. If you enjoyed the video, click like. If you like BTECT in general, make sure you subscribe and head over to btect.com. Over there you can find more information about the Acer Liquid Z5, other devices, and some exclusive deals as well.
At the top of the screen is where you can find 3 hand-picked videos for your viewing pleasure. On the left is where you can subscribe, and on the right hand side you can find some exclusive deals if you head over to btect.com.